Hello, welcome to Status Changes Wellness TV. Our network is a movement implementing wellness in every area of your life through weekly teachings, motivations, financial strategies, health and fitness tips, even building your brand, wellness recovery, and ministry moments. Status Changes Wellness TV, we are here to empower you, encourage you, and teach you how to eradicate obstacles that have tried to stop you. I am Sarakia Jones Hall, and this is your network.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, it is Friday night. It's Friday night. Yes, and I'm so excited. This is Sarakia Jones Hall with Status Changes Wellness Network TV. And as you know, we are celebrating Women's Month. Oh, yes, we've been celebrating all month long. So I've had some phenomenal women to come on and tell their stories, give their testimonies, tell about their businesses. And so on tonight, I'm super excited because I have one of my sisters on here that, listen, you want to know who she is and know what she does. All right, my special guest, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. It's Taylor Pointer of Makeup by Your Majesty.
Yes, y'all got that right. It is Taylor Pointer with Makeup by Your Majesty. She is here in Houston, Texas. And so, listen, don't she look phenomenal? Don't she look awesome?
Just like you, sister. I'm doing you as well.
Thank you. I'm so excited to share with you about Taylor. She top notch, y'all. That's all I got to say. She top notch. But let me go ahead and read her bio. But she is top notch. Just know she is top of the line, okay? So Taylor Pointer is a 31-year-old Houston native. She is the wife of Thorin Pointer II, almost 10 years. She has 2 beautiful kids. Yes, she does. TK and Heaven and 2 dogs. You know, we cannot leave out the dogs. Zena and is it Mulan?
Zena and Mulan, yes.
And Mulan, yes. Yes. So Taylor gave her life to Christ at the age of 21, and God gave her the vision for Makeup by Your Majesty in 2016. She loves what she does because she sees the difference it makes in the life of those who encounter. Her dream is to see Makeup by Your Majesty worldwide. And I believe your dream is going to come true. Making a difference in the lives of all women all around the world, different ethnicities and backgrounds. So y'all, I introduce to the world Makeup by Your Majesty, ministry through makeup. Woo! I'm so excited. So as y'all know, let me get my co-host because my co-host is having a moment. Hold on, y'all. Come on, co-host. Let the people see you. Come on, co-host. All right. Say hello, everybody. Say hi to the people. Hello. Y'all know she has to come on camera and talk to the people. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Y'all know she got to have her moment to shine. All right. You good? Because this is Taylor's moment. This is Taylor's moment.
Sister, I can't see you. I can't see us. Is there something that I'm supposed to press? I can't see us.
You don't see us?
No. Should I press camera?
Okay, check your camera.
Let's see.
You just took yourself off.
Am I back on?
Yes, I see you.
I don't see anything.
Oh wow. Do you have your camcorder on? Y'all hold on. Y'all know it's technical difficulties when we are dealing with this virtual world.
I know, because I want to see you.
Yes. Let me see. I have you on. Yeah, I see you. So check your camera to see if your camera is your camera is connected because I see you.
Oh, maybe I just can't see. I don't know why, but it's okay. It's okay. I
You
see
know
your beautiful
what? Log out and log back in. It's
picture.
okay
Okay, I'm gonna
because
log
we've
out
done
and
it
log back
before.
in.
That gives us time for more people to come on. So log out and log back in. So
Okay.
y'all, I'm so excited. Yeah, log out and I'll bring you back on. I'm so excited about tonight, y'all. Extremely excited. This is my sister who has such a beautiful gift with makeup. Oh my God, she has an awesome talent and gift. So I'm so excited to have her on tonight and to share with she is and what it is that she does. So we're just going to work on this camera situation and wait for her to come back on, for her to log back in, because it's going to be phenomenal like it is every time we get on here. Please share with somebody, especially that lady who loves makeup and want to know more about makeup, how to put on the makeup. And the thing about Taylor, her ministry is her makeup is a ministry. So can you see us now?
I can see you now. Okay.
Yes.
So
Oh no. She gonna get to see. Awesome. Even the co-host is clapping for you.
hey, co-host. So
All
cute.
right. So on tonight, what we want to know. I want to know. The world wants to know. How did Makeup by Your Majesty come about? Because when you think about makeup, and then you say makeup by your majesty, you connect the two together. And
Yes.
so that is awesome. So just a moment, everybody, it is Friday night. If you have a little one, it is Friday night. She's saying,
Yes.
what are we doing? So
Yes.
she's kind of in her own world. My co-host, she ain't on chill right now. She's like, it is the weekend. I want to have fun. So y'all excuse
Listen,
my
it's
co-host
been
tonight.
Friday in my house all day. Even
Yes.
though I'm not that young, it's still Friday for everybody. Trust me. Don't let the people fool you because I've been mommy all day long. So I
Yes.
get it. No worries at all.
Yes. So what I was saying was, when people think about makeup, they don't think about majesty,
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
say makeup by your majesty. Like, where did that come from? And how did it come about? And how did you know this is the name for what I do? Where did that come from?
Oh my. Well, I'm gonna try to expedite a long, lengthy story, but honestly, makeup was something that actually it was my first job when I was 18 years old. Didn't know anything about makeup at all. I needed a job. I'm just graduating high school. I go and apply at Glamour Shots. They hired me as a makeup artist. Long story short, I just continued to grow in my artistry, even though it was a long journey of trying to figure this whole thing out. Because, I mean, if you be honest, makeup isn't the easiest thing to learn. And so I just kept it in my arsenal. I continued to grow in it. I continued to learn things in it. And I actually learned that I liked it. If you knew me when I was a kid, I was a tomboy. I played basketball from the age of like 9 years old all the way through high school. So I learned, oh my God, I do like this. This is, cool. It was artsy. So I loved it. I grew in it. So went on when I put it away, I went into the working force and everything. Well, I heard the Lord speak to me in 2016. I was working at work and he told me to go back into my artistry, go back into what I love to do. I never stopped doing it for myself, but he told me, no, you're going to grow in it. So I'm like, God, after all these years, you're bringing back makeup. Okay. So he continued to, it was like he gave me this excitement about it again. I went back to loving it and being excited about it. So in 2016, I prayed about it and I said, okay, God, you're bringing me back to this. What is it that you want me to do? What is it? So he told me, go after it. This is a gift. It's not just something you like to do, but it's actually a gift for you.
Yes.
So he told me to nurture that gift. So upon doing so, I was like, okay, he spoke a business into my life dealing with makeup. So I'm like, okay, now you flipping it on me. Where is this coming from? So I prayed and I said, okay, God, what would you have this called? And I mean, it was a small prayer. I was at my desk at work, and out of nowhere, I heard the voice of God, and He simply said, "Makeup by Your Majesty."
Wow.
And the name itself has so much more of a vast meaning than what people think it means. People think that it's literally just makeup. Oh, by Your Majesty, that sounds so neat. But I tell people all the time, I am actually not Your Majesty. Your Majesty is God. And so when you come into the presence and you sit in the chair, you get your makeup done, you are literally in an experience with God. Because whatever I hear, whatever He wants to use me to do at that time where you're getting your makeup done in my chair, I'm going to allow Him to use me as a vessel to do that for you. So I'm just Taylor Pointer. But makeup by Your Majesty is literally an experience with God and just a moment to allow Him to make you up in whatever way that may be.
Yes, 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 yes. And it's so true, y'all. She's not just saying something. It is so true. Literally last year, Taylor did my makeup. And she did my makeup for my book cover. So if you ever look at my book cover, Eradicating the Spirit of Poverty in Families, Taylor did my makeup. And I know the presence of the Lord was there. The atmosphere was pure. You know how sometimes, because I've been to like beauty salons in the past, and it's like the atmosphere was just not conducive. It's like, oh my God,
Absolutely.
Even the smell, sometimes even their hands would stink like cigarettes or marijuana, or they were playing music that was disruptive, or the conversations was like, oh my God, they talk about this kind of stuff. And so just the whole experience, the whole atmosphere of being with you on that day and just your passion,
I remember that day. I remember that day. And
Yes.
I mean, the fellowship was so
Yes.
real. The fellowship was so real. And honestly, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because coming into this arena, it was a completely different arena for me. I was just so used to just the, straight up and down, you go work your 9 to 5 and you come home. Well, I asked God, I was like, this is different. How am I going to use this? Because that's always been my desire. How am I going to use this to glorify you? How am I going to, what do you want me to do with this? And it did not always start out that way. I'm going on 6 years in business, and it was a growth process, because I was like, okay, I'm coming into this arena, and this is completely different from what you see. I pray before my clients. I anoint myself, because I literally want them to come in and have that experience. I don't want you to just sit in the chair, you get your makeup done, and you go home. I want to speak to that on the inside of you. I want God to be able to do something on the inside of you while you are getting your makeup done. And so for you to even speak about that, it's so true, because I was like, how do I do this? I listen to soaking music. I listen to the gospel. How can I incorporate that, and do what I do? And after years of learning, He said, just let it be. You do the vision that I gave you. You don't have to be like anyone else, even though sometimes you feel like you have to, because you're like, okay, you want to look the same, but really you don't. And so I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because that is one of my biggest things, is for them to know that you don't have to subject yourself to that if you don't want to. I want you to come and feel comfortable and know that that's not always the experience when you're getting cosmetics or, whatever that may be.
Yeah. I enjoyed that, because it was almost like a spa experience, Yeah, it was almost like because it was, like you said, it was serene, and I knew that you had prepared the atmosphere.
Yeah, so
absolutely. I really enjoyed it, and just your encouragement, and you really taking your time, and then like you being in awe of what you see God do, and you saw not just what God was doing on the outside. It's like God gave you some insights as I was sit in the chair, that it was truly new beginnings for me. It was truly another place of where God was taking me. And so yeah, it was so awesome. So yeah,
it is. That was a great moment for me to even be a part of something that big for you, because that was a major thing for you, writing that book. And I mean, oh my God, y'all, if you have not purchased the book, please do. I'm in the midst of reading it now, and I mean, just phenomenal information and testimonies. But that is also something that I enjoy about doing makeup and because you get to be a part of people's biggest moments. I mean, weddings, baby showers, photo shoots. People are getting photo shoots done for everything now. And so being able to be a part of people's big moments, it really does something for me, because I'm like, wow, you chose, because they do. They literally choose who they want to be a part. And to be able to be chosen. My God, to be able to be chosen to be a part of things that matter to people. These are people's big moments in their lives. And so I am beyond grateful for any time someone says, I want Taylor to do my makeup. That is a blessing for me, and I'm humbled by each experience, honestly.
Yes. And so I'm very, very, very particular about people when it comes to them touching me, doing my hair, doing my makeup. And I haven't, in the past, I hadn't had a lot of experiences with people doing my makeup, but when I did have some horrible, it was like, oh my God, who am I? What is that? Tone that down. That is not me. I want to look like me,
Absolutely.
But for me, I tell everybody, she's my makeup artist. I'm not going anywhere else. I will wait for you. I will wait. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere else. No.
So grateful.
Because I know there's an anointing. I know if I come and I need prayer that day, you're gonna pray for me. I know if Holy Ghost begin to speak, it's going down up in the makeup room. Okay.
Listen,
so I need to be able to go. I need to be able to shift if we're gonna shift, So yes.
Absolutely. That's the most important thing beyond makeup and everything. I understand you have an appointment, but really you have an appointment with God, absolutely. I never want to pass the moment to give someone the moment to encounter God any way that he would have that.
Yes, I love it. So also, I got some questions I wrote down that I just want to know. I know, because we basically answered this question, what your brand represents. You can tell it represents excellence. I can answer that for you. It represents excellence. It represents transformational power.
Yes.
Because people get to come in and they're transformed not just from the outside, but there's an inside transformation that happens because of who you are. And I can remember you made me comfortable, because I don't like nothing dealing with my eyes. You had to get off in there with that what's that eyeliner, and I'm about ready to jump out the chair, and you was like, hold on, sis, I gotta do this, and you talked me through it, because it was a procedure for me, y'all. That when she got to my eyes, that was a procedure being done. Talk me through it. Because if you don't, we're not doing them eyes today. Okay?
Yeah, that is actually an uncomfortable spot for a lot.
Yes. And I'm like, you said, look up. I'm like, what you doing? You said, I'm just what to do. Just keep looking up. And I'm like, oh my Lord. As y'all know, let me know those. Yes. So everybody, as you know, it's Friday night. My co-host ain't feeling us tonight, okay? She on 10, and she really wants attention. So let her say hi to y'all again. This is what she wants. She wants attention.
Hi.
Yeah, she wants attention because all attention is on Taylor tonight, and she wants her attention. Y'all know it's the pandemic. We're working from home. And listen, this is different. We listen. We seeing broadcasts with babies. Okay, they gotta shine. They gotta have their moment.
Right. Listen, I commend you, because I'm telling you, there is such a there's an anointing that comes with raising children. Listen, This is not me 24/7. Have to put a bun on my head, no makeup on, no lashes. I get it. Trust
Yes,
me. So go right ahead. Do what you have to do to get a change. I understand. No
yes.
problem.
So I'm just sharing with these other mothers and you motherless women that you ain't had yours yet. This is an experience, okay? Having a live 1 year old in your presence 24/7.
Yeah.
It's real. And when you already made a commitment and you set the calendar, and then your 1 year old decides to come within that
Yeah.
time, but you got to do what you got to do, okay? So,
You'll see a lot of times I do tutorials, I do makeup videos, animated TikToks and videos. And for those of you, if you don't know my information, my Instagram is Makeup by Your Majesty. And just remember the your makeup by your is you are. It's not the regular YOUR. It's just you are. Makeup by Your Majesty. That's Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. And Snapchat, I'm just Makeup Your Majesty. So if you want to follow me on those platforms, I do a lot of tutorials. I do a lot of animated videos. Since we've been in the pandemic, you've had to get really, really creative. You can't go out as much anymore. And so, I always love to just show people, hey, you can have fun with this thing. Don't get discouraged, keep going. But a lot of times in my videos, you will see my kids. You see my kids, you see my husband, you see my dogs. But you'll see what I have on back here. I mean, I literally posted a picture one time, and when I'm in my makeup room, my daughter likes to come in and she'll bring all of her toys. And for those of us with girls, we know they have a lot of dolls, pots, pans, and all this stuff. And so I wanted to do that to show the reality of it. I know a lot of times we like to look pretty and look like we got it going on and like we don't have no distractions. But I posted a picture and said, this is my face, but I am laying on a pile of toys. Okay, I'm on pots and pans and dolls. Don't get it twisted. Mommy comes first beyond anything else. So sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. So I let them be in the videos. I let them create with me. You just that is an important aspect, and one of the most important aspects of my life is my family. So I do what I have to do to make sure that they're taken care of, and then makeup artist comes out. I'm doing videos literally at midnight. I have to let them go to bed, and I'm like, okay, it's midnight. They're asleep. Let's go do something like that. Yeah, you have to make it work. It's real life. It doesn't stop. Absolutely.
Yes, and that's what's been going on with me. I've had to literally shift gears because there is a 1 year old, and they need a lot of attention, and then they get into stuff, and I wasn't 1 year old proof. My home was
exactly.
So thank you so much for sharing that. And so, like I said, we know what Your Majesty brand represents. So what encourages you to keep going when times get rough? I know times have gotten rough, especially with pandemic. People don't want to be touched. Okay, they don't because sure you don't have COVID, and then you need to make sure, like you said, you have family, you have children, so you had to make sure that you were safe and your family is safe during this time. So what have you done in the time of difficulty and in the times where you just didn't think, okay, God, I don't really know if you called me to do this? Because we had that moment. We know He called us, but we'll have that moment like, I don't know, maybe I miss God. You talk about when you have a moment. Oh, I think I miss God. This ain't it.
Several of those moments. First, to answer your question about the pandemic, I of course know that this has been a really challenging time for entrepreneurs. It really has. And I think the biggest thing, number one, is to stay encouraged. That's the greatest thing that you can do in a time like this, and know that God will always make a way, especially if it's something that He's called you to do. But I had to get creative. I had to do Zoom classes. I had to do Zoom one-on-one classes. I had to do more. That's how I actually ended up on TikTok. I'm like, okay, we can't go nowhere. People need, I want them to know Makeup by Your Majesty is still here. We're still encouraging, and so I just did what I had to do, to get creative, make the videos and work on TikTok and Zoom classes. Zoom classes have been, oh my God, such a success and a whole bunch of fun, you know. And then I'm so thankful for Zoom and technology like this, you know, because you're able to still keep going. And so I've been able to contact people all around the world because, you know, we've been able to link up on Zoom. So that actually was, believe it or not, a big help to Make It by Your Majesty, because I was able to reach outside of Houston and outside of Texas. And so I'm grateful for that. You know, I'm grateful for that. But also just on the other side of that, just when times in general beyond the pandemic, you know, get hard, you feel discouraged, you feel like I don't know what's going on. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been in business for going on 6 years. It was not easy. It has not been easy, and it's still not easy. I've had several times where I'm like, okay, Jesus, maybe I wouldn't want to court with you because this is, I like doing it, but this is not going the way that I thought it would be. You know, of course, also being a mother, being a wife, you know, I'm trying to balance the two, you know, and my husband, he works, you know, 9 to 5. And so I'm like, on the weekends, I'm trying to be here. So it was a task. But the thing that keeps me encouraged, number one, is I just, in those times, I really have to do it. I got to get in the presence of the Lord. I got to say, okay, God, I need a fresh, look, I need a fresh, yes, I need a fresh revelation. Where are we going with this? What do you need me to do? Even if, you know, sometimes he doesn't allow you to see years and months and decades pass, but sometimes you just need that moment right there for him to just comfort you, because he never said it would be easy. Right. It would definitely be worth it. It would definitely be worth it. And one thing for me is he always makes me look back at how far I've come. I wasn't always as skilled as I am now. And I know that I'm not bragging on myself, but I'm bragging on where God brought me from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a long, long road to get to where I am now. And I know it's still much road ahead of me, you know, but he always makes me look back and look at where you came from. And look at where you are now. And look at the people and I mean, people think that, I know it can kind of be like, oh, just makeup. But I think the greatest thing for me is God has just given favor that people will sit in my chair and they literally begin to pour out. If you've ever been one of my clients, if you've ever spoken to one of my clients that have had that experience, sometimes people, they just sit and they're like, you know, I don't know why I want to talk about this. I don't know why this is coming out. I don't know. And I'm like, yes, Jesus, do it. Let them pour out. And so I'm able to share with them what God wants them to know at that moment. You know, a lot of women need encouragement. They want to feel beautiful. They want to. And so my goal is to always, yes, I want them to feel beautiful on the outside and look at themselves to see beauty, but I also want them to know that it's already there. It's already there. We just want that to flow out. We want you to feel confident. We want you to know, you know, we want you to look in the mirror and love what you see. But I want that beyond the makeup, beyond the cosmetic, you know, and so that's always the goal. So God, he reminds me of those times and the great experiences that I've had with people, you know, when I'm feeling discouraged. And so I'm so grateful for that. And so he allows me to think about that. And I'm like, okay, God, I know I remember. Now I'm good. Thank you. I needed that. You know, those things keep me going, you know, when I get down and out. But, you know, I'm so grateful that he has created those moments for me to be able to look back on. So I'm so grateful for that.
And, you know, what I really enjoy, when you sent me your information, I was checking the other site to see if anybody was on. When you send me your information, even what you're saying now, ministry through makeup.
Absolutely.
It's ministry. And, you know, I think sometimes people, our gifts are enhanced. Okay. We work our craft, right? And we master some things. And I think sometimes we lose the ministry moments and focus more on the money moments. And see, absolutely. The thing about it is, when you know God called you to do something, you stay in the ministry moment, and he's going to allow the money to flow. Money cometh right? And so
That's right.
we don't want to lose. And so that's one thing that I love about your ministry and Makeup by Your Majesty, because I mean, I always tell you, baby, you Hollywood, you money, like
I'm so
you're
glad you
awesome.
keep
You're,
encouraging. You do.
yeah,
You really
yeah,
do. You speak
you're
well of everything.
phenomenal. And so when I look at your artwork, just your technique, everything, what really blesses me is you giving glory to God still. You could be walking around your head all blown up. You could have forgot about God. Be like, look, somebody gave me this opportunity. I'm gonna be making such and such money. I'm out, deuces. But
Yeah.
you haven't done that. It's still saying ministry through makeup.
Absolutely.
No matter where you came from, because you have you've elevated. When you go back and look through your pictures and you look at the makeup you've done for yourself and others, and then when you look at now, you're like, wow, and I think in that, when I look at you, I'll be like, you're very humble. And there's people that got skills like you got, and they're not humble, and they have lost the passion for the people.
Yeah.
That's what makes it ministry through makeup. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I, to be honest, first and foremost, and like I say, I wasn't always in this place. I had to go through very much so a purging. Not necessarily that I was arrogant, but I had to learn that, Taylor, you can literally keep God in it. I think we kind of sometimes, us as entrepreneurs, and we understand that the working world, the entrepreneur world it can be competitive. And so sometimes I think we look at it and we're like, okay, well, I have to keep up with the next person. I have to keep up with the next business that's doing what I'm doing. I have to do what I need to do to stay in the loop. But when I realized that my business is made successful through God, because apart from Him, I am nothing and I have nothing. And so when I position that in my heart and I position that in my business, all of that will be added unto me. That's what the word says. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, right? And all of that other stuff will be added unto you. And so there was a time when I was like, okay, God, let me do this. And I'm just being honest. Let me do this, because your plan does not seem to be working. It's not working for me. It's not working for my business. That's what you think. And so I went and I'm like, let me do this how I'm going to do this. I've been at award shows. I've met celebrities. I have done these things. But the anointing left. Right. And for me, that's just not a price I'm willing to pay. It's too expensive. I'm not willing to lose. And it's not necessarily that you lose the relationship, but you lose the presence of God. And so that is my first goal in life, is to live in the presence of God. I don't care what sacrifice it looks like I'm making to the world. I know the sacrifice of taking Him out of it. And so I did go through a process where I had to, experience that Makeup by Your Majesty is nothing but Makeup by Your Majesty is God. So how do you take the CEO out of it? You have no business like that. For me, I'm speaking from a personal experience. Right. And so then when I had to go through that, and I was like, oh God, I had to weep and cry and realize, okay, Sally, you've been trying to do this without Him. It doesn't work like that. Right. And so when I realized that I needed to throw my business back before Him and allow Him to do, because I thought that it had to happen in my time. Never realizing that God's timing is the perfect time. God is time. Right. So when you realize that, then I realized, okay, then there is no possible way that I can do this without Him. There's no possible way. And so when I allowed Him to construct my business and restructure my business the way that He would have for it to be, then the success was already there. And when I say success, hear me. I'm not necessarily talking about money. Everyone is still in process and all that kind of stuff. That is so far from the brand. I mean, I know we money is required for life and living and stuff like that. But one thing I know is that God is bigger than that. So He's going to provide all of those needs. anyway. So I don't have to worry about that. Money doesn't make me successful. It's seeing lives change. It's seeing women be re-encouraged to be who God has called them to be. It's seeing, mothers that have lost themselves come back into the things of God that He has called them, their giftings and their talents, all of these things, and know that they still have a purpose either way, and so that for me, I realized I cannot do this without him. I only feel successful when he is doing what he is doing through my business. And so, yes, for me, I tell people all the time, it's in the form of a business, but makeup is ministry for me. Because whatever he tells me to do through it, that is what I'm going to do. Makeup is just the vehicle for what God wants to do. It's what he uses for me to get to where I need to get to and put me in the places and the arenas that he would have me to do and in the places that he would have me to be. So other than that, I can't do anything without the presence of God. So that's how I look at it, at my success.
Right. Wow, that's beautiful. So I'm going to ask two questions. Let me ask this one first. So what would you say to a young lady or a woman who is interested in starting a makeup business, makeup ministry? What are some pointers or some keys that you could give them in the start of this, and how to allow it to flourish?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Okay, I'm going to answer this two ways. Okay. The first thing I would say is contact me, because actually I have a mentorship. I have a mentorship program, and it goes under the name of Flowers. That's my young women's ministry, where I mentor young women to just find their purpose and find their destiny, allow them to encounter healing and obtain healing for anything that they've gone through in life. And that's on Instagram as well and Facebook. That's Flowers. And so, but beyond that, I would also say to, number one, allow God to speak to you about it so that you have a vision. You don't want to just go out there and just, oh, this is what I like to do. I'm just going to, boom, because that's what I did. I quit my job and I went after it. And granted, that time was needed for me to raise my babies. But I want to say this because this was something so pivotal in my makeup career. I stopped working and I went after makeup for 4 years, and I began to hate it, because what I wanted to happen was I wanted my gifting and I wanted my passion to fund my living, and it wasn't time for that yet.
Right.
And so I wanted it to do all of these great things, but I jumped out before I even had a plan. I didn't allow God to release the plan to me. Now, that time was for me to raise my babies, but I thought that time was for me to nourish my business. And so I began to hate it, because I'm like, this is not working. What's going on? And God said, you didn't ask me. You didn't ask me what this time was for. Granted, it's to enhance your skills and it's to nourish, where you're going in business. But it wasn't to fund and become a stream just yet.
Right.
And so I would say, allow God to release to you the plan. Allow God to release to you the plan. And then on top of that, continue working. Never stop nourishing your gift. Never stop practicing. Continue to, you want to always enhance your skills. And also look there, just because other people are doing the same thing that you're doing, it does not have to be competition. Yeah. We don't have to compete. We complete. We can work together. When I learned to learn from other makeup artists, when I learned to go to other makeup artist classes, it's nothing wrong with it, guys. We do not have to compete with one another. We can work together. So learn from other people. I'm still learning from other makeup artists. I'm like, oh, how does she do that cut crease? Oh, how does she do that halo eye? it's good to continue learning. And like I said, I have a mentorship program. I want Makeup by Your Majesty has a mentorship program, and I want to help young women that want to do artistry. And it doesn't just have to be makeup, just whatever you want to do for yourself, whatever gift that you have. I want to teach young women how to nurture their gifting and allow God to lead them and show them how to use their gifting. So reach out to me. Like I said, we do have a website, makeupbyyourmajesty.com. Reach out to me. I'm glad that you asked that, because that is something that I'm actually working on now, and we're going forward with that, because I love the youth, I love women, I love young women, I love all God's people. But He has given me that passion, especially for the young women that are trying to figure out, God, what do you want me to do?
Right.
Yeah, that's a very hard thing to figure out. And so I'm glad that you asked me that, because that is something that we are definitely looking forward to doing and working with the youth as well.
Awesome. So what is next? What's coming? What's in the what's in the box? What's behind the door? Door number 1, or is it door number 2, or door number 3? What is coming next? Because I know.
Oh God, so much is coming. I'm so excited. I am happy to announce that I am working on a cosmetic line. It is coming. Yes. I'm so excited. But so much is coming from Makeup by Your Majesty, because it's so much more than makeup. I mean, God has given me many ideas, many arenas and areas and places that He wants me to go to. So we're working on and we're launching our mentorship program. We're working on our cosmetic line, and we're launching our cosmetic line. And I say we because I do have a team. I have a team, and I'm so grateful for the people that God has blessed me with to back me. And I just want to say thank you to them. Caroline Dixon, she is my business manager. She has been phenomenal in just helping navigate me. And I want to she's started her business, so I am not selfish with the things that God is doing. I want to give a shout out to my mom. My mom was like, daughter, you are so big, like lately, and this is just how fast God is doing it. I've been so busier than I have even imagined. And she's like, let me help you. Let me volunteer to be your assistant. I know you have your and I'm seriously like on the phone all day. I'm making appointments, and I got this going on, that going on. And so she's like, let me help you. Let me take over your appointments. I'll help you book and all of those things. And I mean, so many people, you are my spiritual sister. You have pushed me. I have many spiritual sisters and friends, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for everyone, and that's why when you hear me talk, I always say we, because it's not just me. And I love people to know that it takes a village, it takes a team, and I have that, and more people are coming. And so I am so grateful for that. My husband, my encourager. Okay, you didn't ask me about all that, but I mean, it just goes there, because I'm so grateful for that. But we have so many things coming. I mean, many things are in works, and you will all learn about them later. But I do want y'all to look for the cosmetic line coming. I want y'all to look into the mentorship program. Mothers, fathers, if y'all have young teens that, y'all just trying to figure out, what is going on? Why, what, how can I help them, or what do they need? I am here. I'm here. I do have a team as well with that. I just love to see young women flourish into who, being a teen crossing over to young adulthood, it's hard. It's hard, and they need that guidance, and so I am here, that's something that God has just put on my heart, so I'm here to help with it. So we have many things, I can't even speak on all of them now, but there are many things coming. That's all I can say. Many things, many great things.
Awesome. So I know some women on here, want to know how to put on their makeup, or they want to enhance I know me coming to you and you giving me a couple of strategies, and I have another spiritual daughter who does makeup, and so I've been able to learn how to do a little something because y'all been teaching me, you know. So yeah, I'm like, okay, a little bronzer, a little contour, you know, okay, do this, highlight this, you know, make a little circle, just circle across the eye to make sure it blends in.
Blend, yes, blend.
You gotta blend it. So I've learned about blending, okay? So I know there's other women, especially, so here's the thing. Another thing that I love, and you were able to, I mean, I love color. I love bright colors and stuff. And a lot of times Black women, especially darker complected Black women, they will not wear color, or they feel like, oh no, that won't match my skin. And it really is so beautiful. And so how can you encourage our melanin women, our darker women that want to wear different color makeup? Like maybe they want to wear some pink and green, you know, maybe they want to wear blue, you know, to how can you encourage them or even give them tips of how they can wear different colors and feel beautiful and not feel like a clown or feel insecure, you know?
I love this question. Let me just say, I love my melanin. I love my melanin sisters. I love my brown skin beauties. We're all queens, no matter what shade, what color, we're all queens. And so I love this question because I do feel that darker women or brown skin women are kind of a little shy when wearing colors, or even when wearing makeup, because they feel like they don't make shades dark enough for me. And so that's actually one of the things that I am focusing on in my makeup line is I want everyone to be thought about. I don't want colors to stop at a certain shade. I don't want, you know, darker women to feel, you know, discouraged about wearing makeup. Listen, colors are possible, okay? And I don't mean just one color. I mean any color. You just have to know how can I wear that color? How can I fit that color in? Learn your skin. You have different types of, you have darker women with olive undertones. You have darker women with yellow undertones. You have darker women with red undertones. So what you want, the best thing to do is find your undertone, and you'll be able to figure out how to wear whatever color you want to wear. Any color is possible. I'm telling you. Even if you like blue. Blue is the most hated color in makeup. Let me just say that. People are like, don't wear no blue. Stay away from that blue because it looks clownish. You can wear blue. It may be a blue eyeliner. It may be blue on your waterline. It may be blue right here on the outside edges. But you just want to figure out. And then on top of that, the shapes of your eyes. That has a lot to do with it too. If you have almond-shaped eyes, then you don't want to do a full circle of blue. You want to maybe just leave it right here in the corners. You know, it's really, you know, a vast, you know, teaching. But don't be discouraged by colors. Research yourself. Research your skin tone, and even if you don't know, contact the makeup artist. I get text messages through Messenger all the time about simple questions like, what color do you think this, you know, how should I wear this? So how do I, you know, use this color? Listen, don't be discouraged by color. Just figure out how it works for you.
Awesome. Yeah, I thought about that, and I just began to think about even my experience when I was like, oh no, I can't put that on. Or I like different colors, but I was looking like really foolish. Like, okay, what did I just do? Another question before we get off of here. Will you be having like tutorials, or are there classes in the near future to where you can walk women through the basic? You know, I think sometimes we just need the basic of how to apply makeup. And sometimes you just want that natural look, and then sometimes you want that pop, you know, you want that explosion to happen. So will you be hosting classes, like basic classes, you know, people who got it going on want to go to the next level? Will that be happening in the future?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. Absolutely. I'm always available for one-on-one tutorials. But I also, I'm going to begin. I know we've been in the middle of the pandemic, but we still have Zoom. Thank God for that. I did a Zoom class actually last year, and the women had so much fun. They truly enjoyed it. Thank you to all my supporters for that. But yes, we're going to begin every quarter having classes. Okay, the classes are in a group setting, but I like to offer multiple different. Like you said, you have your women that wants just the natural neutral. You have
Right.
some women that want, I want to learn how to use color, some real color.
Yeah.
Definitely, we will definitely be offering classes. We are working now to get the schedule together. As a matter of fact, so I'm so glad that you talked about that. But we're going to start doing classes every quarter, so that the women that want to, I know we want to go get our makeup done, but sometimes I don't have the time, to go sit in somebody's chair. So how can I do this, quickly? So I definitely love teaching the women how they can do it themselves. Absolutely.
Yes, I definitely will be.
If you follow me on all my platforms, I'm always posting about that. We will, definitely get that information out to you guys, as well as checking my website. Yes.
Yes, awesome. All right. So again, let everybody know how they can contact you, how they can follow you. If you got a YouTube, if you got a TikTok, whatever it is you have, if they want to just see what you're doing, honey, give them all that.
Absolutely. Well, my website is makeupbyyourmajesty.com. You can actually book me through that website, makeupbyyourmajesty.com. Instagram, Makeup by Your Majesty. Facebook, Makeup by Your Majesty. Snapchat, Makeup Your Majesty. Pinterest, Makeup by Your Majesty. You can also email me at makeupbyyourmajesty@gmail.com. You can send me messengers. You can, all of those wonderful, great things, you can reach me. And the best way to reach me is through email or messenger. I try to answer those as soon as possible, but the best way would be through email bookings or services, one-on-ones. You can reach me through all of those platforms.
Awesome. I mean, in the very beginning, I had people like, how can I reach her? I'm like, hold on, we're gonna get there.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. I just want to say this to all of you guys out there too, all of my supporters, all of the people that, even if you've never had services, but you're continuously encouraging me, guys, I don't take anything lightly. I am so beyond grateful. I'm thankful to all of my supporters, all of y'all commenting and reposting the videos. Thank y'all so much. I had to say that because thank yous are very, very important to me. So I always like to say thank you.
Awesome. So let me just look in here and see if we got any questions. If you have any questions, please post your questions because I will ask her your questions.
Yes, I love the questions.
Somebody just said, wow, God. Somebody said, go after it. That's Renico. She said, we're looking beautiful and gorgeous this evening.
Thank you.
Said, blessings. Says, seeing and feeling God's love through her ministry of beautification. All right now.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So we did answer the question, how do we reach her? Where is she located? We got that. Let's see, anything else? They just love this. They telling people to share it. They talk about
thank you guys so much. I am in Spring, just for those of you who want to know where I'm located. I am in Spring, but I do also travel. So either one of those will work.
Awesome. We have Caroline says, hey, Makeup by Your Majesty. Love you, sister. And she did post your link in the comment section.
Thank you. That is my business manager. Thank you so much, Caroline.
Yes, we love Caroline. Yes. But it has truly been an honor to have you on here.
Absolutely.
Yes. So anytime.
I'm so grateful.
Yes. Anytime my people can come on here and I can represent my people and send a shout out and let the world know what they're doing. Oh man, it does my heart good, and just to know your character and know who you are, and to have experienced your work and your ministry. Yeah, I was like, come on, girl, get on here. The world needs to know you, So I'm so glad you came on, and we're definitely gonna be looking forward to the classes. And you all mentioned mentorship. So there is a mentoring program for young girls. Look her up, y'all. She's not just doing makeup, but it's ministry through makeup. Okay. So I mean, it has just been awesome. Remember, this is Women's Month. It's also Endometriosis Awareness Month. So we've been talking about endometriosis this month. I've had several guests to come on, and a lot of the women that's come on this month, it's been first time, like their first time sharing the horrific pain and suffering of endometriosis, So it's just been a great month. And I have two more guests. Let me rephrase that. I have 4 guests, y'all. Let me tell you. We have Minister Beatrice Curry, and then we have Prophetess Deanna Wright. Now, my last 2 people, one of my guests, you all, they're on here all the time, okay? One of my, going to be my favorite guests. We're going to have so much fun. My co-host, Nazariah. She is coming on next Wednesday. You don't want to. I'm going to interview my mini co-host next Wednesday, and so it is for you. If you have little people and they're kind of forming words and you don't really know what they're saying, this broadcast is for you, because it's titled, "What is your baby really saying?" So she's
oh my God, I love that.
She's gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna try my best to interpret, so you'll know what your baby is really saying. So next Wednesday, Nazariah is our special guest, and then later on that day, I've been interviewing everybody. So on next Wednesday, I also will come on, and you can ask me questions. I do have my book coming out, Loud with Silent Pain, The Life of Endometriosis. Many of you know I started that book right after my surgery, but my healing took it took 10 months longer than what I expected. And then I went through a temporary depression. So I went through a lot of having to have that surgery after suffering 36 years of endometriosis. So I will be on here with you guys on next Wednesday as well to answer any questions that you may have. So if you have a story, you have a business, you have a ministry, whatever it is that you're doing, and you just want the world to know how you're making an impact in the earth, email me or inbox me. You can email me at Sarafia, SARAFIA, @statuschanges.org, or you can message me on my Facebook page. All right. So again, I thank each and every one of you for coming on. I thank you all that's been supporting this network. So shout out to my YouTube followers, my Facebook followers, my video streaming followers. Those of you that have been rocking with me, thank you again. Miss Taylor Porter. Thank you for being our special guest on tonight and just sharing your jewels, your tips, everything that you've shared on tonight. And I know that you'll be back on here again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful for the station, grateful for you. I'm so proud of you. Oh my God, I speak so many blessings over you. I'm so proud of you. You are doing a great thing. So thank you so much. And I'm always praying for Status Changes Wellness. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, y'all. Remember, this is your network, Status Changes Wellness TV network, where we're implementing wellness in every area of your life. So have a powerful and a restful weekend. Good night.
Nice.